Chairman, I was very pleased and proud to read in the leader's report about the National Film and Television School in Beaconsfield, which is one of our county's greatest assets, a world-leading institution that contributes enormously to our local economy, skills base, and global reputation. The Growth Board's recent decision unlocks major new investment for its expansion. Could the leader please set out how this development will translate into concrete benefits for the town of Beaconsfield and the wider county, particularly in terms of job creation, training opportunities for younger people, and strengthening our county's position in the creative industries? And would you agree that our community takes great pride that such an exceptional national institution is in our county? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, I'll try and remember all the points, but taking it backwards, absolutely, we should be proud, not only in Beaconsfield, but for the whole county. The National Film and Television School in Beaconsfield is the best in the world. People come from Hollywood to study here. And the investment that's been announced, which is a total of 21 million, part funded by government, the rest from getting private sector investment. And there are some major players there from TV and film producers, and a contribution from our Growth Board, means that that development could really motor on. I think creative industries, I mentioned it a moment ago, is one of our biggest sectors. It accounts for almost a quarter, well, £230 million a year, starting off employing about 6,300 people, as you'll see in the economic growth plan. We have to nurture that. So to allow NFTS to expand and have more people training there, doing their research and developments, because there's more to come next year with their CoStar lab that has been announced in things like immersive technologies. This is real international leading stuff that's here in Beaconsfield, here in Buckinghamshire, and they're very, very good at making sure our local schools and colleges, many of whom are represented on our Growth Board, spread out that training and accessibility so that we can skill up people, and we know that sector needs more people coming in. I think in the next few years, nationally, over 65,000 jobs are needed in the short term. And people here in this county, I would say, this could be the industry for you. It's on your doorstep, next door to Pinewood Studios as well. So let's make sure we get them in for their skills and jobs can follow. And that will help us all, as well as help UK on the global stage.
I speak with the perspective of someone who's watched Beaconsfield and our county transform, and who is deeply concerned about what is about to happen. Now, the Fire Authority says these cuts are not cuts. Let me be clear, they are cuts. And I'll tell you why. The facts are simple. The Fire Authority has a £14 million budget. They have a £1 million underspend. They have £15 million in reserves. There is no financial need for these changes, none. Yet they're proposing to remove 5 engines from our service, 6 across Buckinghamshire, 1 from Beaconsfield. They're not replacing these engines with new engines. There is no investment plan. There are no replacement vehicles, just removal. This is a cut. They are saying they're modernising the on-call service, but in reality, they've given up on trying to recruit firefighters. Rather than invest in recruitment, retention, and training, which is what the previous Fire Authority asked for, they are removing capacity. And they're doing this at a precise moment when our county is growing faster than ever. And I've sat through planning committees approving development after development in our county. In Beaconsfield, the Wilton Park scheme will bring 350 new homes. Red Road is planning 200 more. Beechcroft is trying to build 200 additional homes. They want over 700 new families moving into Beaconsfield. Simultaneously, a 300-megawatt data centre and power plant is being proposed on the A40. This is not a traditional industrial unit. We have the NFTS in our area, a major cultural institution with unique risk, with multiple schools, 5 primary schools and 2 secondary. We have the M40, a busy motorway running through our area with the Beaconsfield services at Junction 2. With all that traffic, Beaconsfield Fire Station is the hub that holds and protects all of this together. Our station covers a diverse area that includes urban, residential, and industrial zones. It provides rapid response across Woburn, Flackbell Heath, Sear Green, Penn, and Low Water. When we reduce the resources at Beaconsfield, we're not just affecting Beaconsfield. We're affecting South Buckinghamshire. The Fire Authority's analysis is based on historical data. They say 12 fire engines can handle most of the demand, but they have failed to model what happens when you add 700 new homes, a major data center, power station, ongoing construction activity, and all the growth that we're seeing to that equation. What about building? All that building across the county. They propose to replace our standard fire engine with a crew welfare vehicle. They say that one engine will be enough. But what happens when that one fire engine is deployed somewhere else? What happens when we have multiple simultaneous incidents, motorway accidents, data center fires, ordinary household fires? This is not just about Beaconsfield. Colleagues who represent the areas around Beaconsfield need to understand what these proposals mean for your constituents. Beaconsfield's fire station provides cover for your wards. When Beaconsfield's fire station loses a fire engine, your community loses it too. So let me be clear about what we're asking for. We're not asking to block all change. We're asking for the Fire Authority to withdraw these specific proposals and return with a plan that is genuinely fit for the future with all the building that this Labour government wants to build. A plan that accounts for over 700 new homes in Beaconsfield and all the other areas across the county. A plan that accounts for major industrial development, data centres and film studios. A plan that does not remove fire cover from us at the moment of maximum growth and maximum risk. A plan that invests in recruitment and retention rather than giving up on it. A plan that makes sense given the £1 million underspend and £50 million in reserve. A plan that continues to protect our residents. This, my friends and colleagues, is about leadership. This is about thinking ahead for our residents and our businesses. This is about ensuring that as we build our future for our area, we do not compromise the safety of the people who live within it. The Fire Authority says that these are not cuts, but they are. And we have a statutory duty to say so clearly and to speak up for our residents and businesses. Thank you. I want to thank everyone who contributed to this important debate. As I stated, we have a statutory duty to be concerned here and to raise this concern because we're in charge of various statutory duties such as planning, for example. Speaking to residents in Beaconsfield locally, some of them are very, very concerned, scared, I might say. Now, I've heard a number of colleagues on the other side talk, but they've not addressed the questions that I've asked or the issues that I've asked, which is, where is the planning for the future? This is all about historical data. What about the additional homes that are coming in? What about the local plan that's coming in? What about planning? What about data centres? What about expansion of film studios? I've heard nothing from the other side about what the Fire Authority will be doing to address future risk. So, all I have to say to colleagues is, vote with your heart. Think about what your residents really want. Will they be sleeping at home, safe and sound, knowing that a fire engine from Beaconsfield could be somewhere else in the rest of the county and being exposed, as we heard from my colleague on the other side, on this side. Fire engines coming in from other sides of the county, and they're having to work in subpar conditions because they have to come over and protect our residents. With the reserves and the underspent in the Fire Authority, can we not do better? I urge my colleagues on the other side to think for your residents and not about party lines. Thank you.
Councillors, we have the results. 42 for, 35 against, 3 abstention, so it's carried.